Grand Rising Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine and Sasha too. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's ring the bell. Let's clear out this energy. And we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us today. Let's see. Someone doesn't know what to say. It's almost like there's nothing they can say. Nothing comes to mind to defend themselves about their behavior. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Something about the Wheel of Fortune for this person is possibly stopping or going in reverse because of the truth. For whatever reason, it was a fantasy for somebody to think that they was going to get some fun out of something. You know, especially whenever it came to this person who was like a cup of love and the sun. It's like something about somebody, you, collective. Hey, Shaylin. Somebody didn't like, once again, your light. So someone decided that they was going to take part in a plan to try and bully you to make you want to leave. But for whatever reason, I feel like you weren't going for it. Yeah, you weren't going for it. And you told somebody about it. What's the message? Ooh. It's a lot. I'll take this. Yeah, it's like you shed some light, some clarity on this little, thing from the past or what happened in the past, which has led up to this day, and how things got to be a certain way. And so somebody that you were talking to could relate and heard exactly what you were saying, and they discerned that there was some bullshit that was going on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. What's the message? Yeah. Let's see. Because they wanted you to leave so that somebody else could get this opportunity. It could be a work opportunity because here we have the Eight of Pentacles again. But see, they were trying to deceive you or, make it seem like you weren't who you were. Yeah. And it's like there was a couple people that put into this to make it seem like you weren't who you were. Hey, Miss Christy, how are you? Because you were the star. And they know this. So yeah, like they just wanted to cause us conflict, you know. But like I said, you wasn't going for it. It's almost like you was not going for it at all. They brought it, and you saw it, and knew what you needed to do. I feel like you pulled back, and then you made a decision. You went within, and that's when you started really looking at somebody and how they was really moving. That's when you saw how they was truly moving with the magician and the seven of swords. You saw they wasn't for you. They was trying to quickly get you out of there. So then you knew what you needed to do. What you needed to do was go above their head. Okay? Mm-hmm. I am well, Miss Christie. Thank you so much. What's the message, Spirit? So this must be the energy that we in. People getting caught. Yep. Can't make this up. This is the energy that we in. People getting caught for their deception. Mm. Yep. And how they were planning on giving what was due to you to somebody else, which would have put you in a bad position. You know? But now this person is getting karma for this. This person is being held accountable for this deception because it's been seen, clearly seen, how somebody was trying to cause you pain. It's not just them, it was a couple of people. Everybody could have been at work with the Four of Wands. It was a few people. You know, what they was thinking they was going to do was bully you. But, you know, bully you to the point where you lose your job. You know? Mm-hmm. And you sitting there wondering why things ain't working out for you, why, you can't get ahead, why you never called on to do this or do that, it's because there was somebody behind the scenes trying to bully you, thinking that you couldn't see what was going on. But you know what? It was seen. It was seen. This could have been, your boss or somebody was found out. And that's when somebody else had to leave, not you. Hey, LJ, how are you? Thank you so very much for your membership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's when somebody else had to leave because of their choice. And they was under the fantasy that they was going to be able to be the ones to tell you had to leave. Like they was going to be standing at the window with a smirk like, they had it all planned out. Yeah. They was going to bully you to the point where you lost your job or you just decided that you was going to quit, and this, that, and no, bitch. Sit down. Sit down, grow up, and sit down and grow up. You got a lot to learn. First, you got to be scary. If you're going to try and bully somebody, come with some real shit, not with some weak shit. Not with some whack shit either. What's the message, Spirit? Confirmation. Confirmation. Yeah. See, everybody that worked with them, everybody that collaborated, This whole little project, everybody, all of them gone. All of them gone. See, they should have known. Confirmation. You can't make this up. They should have known better. Okay? They should have known better. Okay, it's in the guidelines, it's in the rules. They took the training and everything else, but instead they sitting here going team together because they so busy trying to get together to cause you some conflict. Well, you know what? Be careful of the grave that you dig. You digging the grave for somebody else because you want somebody else to skedaddle. Be careful of that. Because now that decision has come back to hurt you. Not only has it come back to hurt you, but if this was a job thing, wait a minute, what about that bad news is going to be following you as you look for a new job? The Grand Rising, Addie. See, somebody, you the one that gets the victory. You the chosen one. You the chosen one. You here loving, spreading love, spreading joy, doing what you got to do. But you know you here, and you knew it was because of somebody's decision that they had that they was confused on who you was. Once again, we see them, but they don't see us. That's frustrating at times. Yeah, something about somebody's job. Somebody said you got to go. You know, somebody said you leave us no choice. You leave yourself no choice. You put yourself in this position with the Eight of Swords. You put yourself in that position. And it's like, you know what? And the person that's normally nurturing and everything, oh, not anymore. Somebody said, miss me with that. Miss me with that. And they asking, I want to know. I want to know what made you do this? What made you decide to go on the dark side? You know, what was it? And then somebody said, you know, it's like because of their position went to their head. They felt like they could just bully people around. They could decide who they liked and who they didn't. Confirmation. They could decide who they liked and who they didn't like. Who was worthy to go ahead and who was worthy to be left behind and who was worthy to be let go. As if everyone didn't receive a fair chance. This is the reason that they have to go. Because they received a fair chance, but yet they're trying to hold somebody else back. See, they thought they was going to bully an earth angel. They should have went home on that day. They should have bowed out on that day. They should have sat back. They should have said, let me really think about, no, let me not do this, because what if it just don't work out? Mm-hmm. What's the message? They ain't celebrating no more. They ain't working together no more. They ain't trying to do nothing no more. They don't have a job no more. And they're afraid now because of what they tried to conjure up for you. who does this? You tried to conjure up something for the collective just because somebody wanted to get their kicks and knock their rocks off watching you in conflict, receiving pain. That's what ended their stability. That's what somebody said, no, you need to go sit down. Logic is you need to go sit down. Ooh. What's the message? Somebody getting the message? Somebody's getting a message. They're going to be shocked. They're like, I'm telling you, they feel shocked. It's just whenever they realize it was a fantasy that they was going to be able to take you down. It was a dream. This is when they realized all that courage that they was trying to exhibit, all that bullying, to try and bring conflict to you. That shit was not happening. That shit was not happening. And they knew that shit was bad for business. They like, I hear somebody trying to console, like, no, I trust me, no, I'm going to, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it's not going to be okay. It's not going to be okay. Are we good? Are we back, Shaylin, Addie? Yeah, they thought it was going to be okay. It is not going to be okay. It is over with the quickness. You know? You're the one who comes out, victorious and happy and everything because your ancestors were right here with you to defend you with the 10 of cups and the 7 of wands. Your ancestors defended you. Trust me, they defended you because you know what? You left it in their hands. You prayed about it and let it go. You left it in their hands. See, wait a minute. Spirit said this person even received a word of caution. Somebody said something that made this person, pause for a minute and then said, oh, like try to push it off as something else. And they realized that was a message when somebody else sent them a message about how they was trying to block this earth angel from doing their job. See, somebody, they thought, oh, that's just coincidence. That's weird, like that you would say it like that. And they knew it was something. Something in their spirit told them, but they tried to pass it off, But something in their heart knew what they did so passionately was possibly something that they need to fear today. Yes. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody never, ever, ever thought that this was going to come to an end or that this was going to be come back around to get them, the world, the death, and the page of cups in reverse. They never doubted themselves. They just knew they was going to be the ones that was diplomatically walking your ass up out of there. You know, they just knew. But now, what they truly know is they are a fool because it was their own happiness that they destroyed, not yours. They didn't know. They didn't know that you was building up, taking notes, looking at stuff, building up your own defense, getting your shit in order, documenting. They didn't think you was doing all that. They was just running free reign, you know. But the part that this is really hitting them hard is the people that they also got involved or they were involved with. Everybody, all of them, they did their part in trying to get you knocked off balance. And this Queen of Cups sees it. Mm-hmm. Sees it. Mm-hmm. Hey, Deborah, how are you? It's the Master Spirit. Yeah, I'm telling you, somebody was determined they was going to be walking you to the door, telling you, well, thanks for your help. Good for nothing ass, lazy ass. Bye. But now, that plan that they had, that they was banking on, they was banking on this. They said this was a given. This was a go. They was telling everybody, don't even worry about December. We're going to do it December 24th. Okay. Let them have a good Christmas, knowing that they can rest after Christmas and ain't got to come back to work. That's how we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. That little plan, that great idea that they had to do you harm, that's a done. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. And the thing is, it was like they were supposed to be there to be your partner. They were supposed to have been there to protect you. They were supposed to have, help to invest in you, help you to grow. They were supposed to help you to grow, but instead, they didn't. There was a hidden enemy. What else, Greg? Yes. Now they are so upset because judgment is being called on them. Yeah. And they know better. Like I said, they knew that this act was going to get them sacked. And the thing is, it don't make a difference how long they was there, how long they went with that company, or in that position, or doing this, and it doesn't make a difference how long and what type of investment that they put in. It don't make a difference at that point. They said no. Any infarction messes with your money. What are a zero tolerance policy? Zero means zero. No tolerance. Not once. Because if you do it once, you'll do it twice. That's the message. someone who's very aware of who you are. They are very aware of who you are. I mean that. I mean that. I mean that. They see exactly who you are in all your spirituality, in all your discernment, in all of that. They see who you are. Mm-hmm. You can't, that just like, they're very aware. They see that, you know what? You are the one who is the leader. You are the one who deserves the opportunity, who deserves the financial stability. That's you. Not this other person who was trying to come against you. Yeah, not this other person that was trying to come against you. Mm-mm. Because they see how you handled the conflict when it came to somebody thinking that they could get away from with something, somebody not knowing who you were, what you brought to the table. They see how you handled it. And even you handled it with compassion. You know, you wasn't trying to get nobody in trouble. You was just trying to go on about your business. You was just trying to get it, where you could just go on and move around and do what you got to do. And so that's whenever somebody asked a question and you answered it in all honesty, not skipping a beat. ... The end. Point blank, period. So if somebody wished that you had said some better things about them while they was trying to get you out the door, they probably should have acted a little bit better to you. Instead of trying to get you out the door, just let you be you. But see, for whatever reason, this person was afraid of you. It's because of who you are. It's like somebody, they fear you. So the devil was like, oh, wait, there's one of them. There's one of them. We gotta take this one down. Let me get some flying monkeys. They was like, oh, I'm a monkey. I'm a monkey. And I just got some wings. Watch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So that's how they enlisted these flying monkeys. And then they was looking at other co-workers and they was like, y'all want some wings? Some of them was like, no. Others was like, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see how it's going to work out. Let me look. Let me look. Let me see. Mm-hmm. And now they don't. Some of them joined on board. And then the truth is, it's like the truth comes out about them working with the devil. Mm, 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 mm. The truth comes out about everybody that joined on board to work with the devil. Ouch. How everybody teamed up to bring down the earth angel. You's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm just talking about the sweet spot. Earth angel, we can dig it. See, they thought that they was going to bully you. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit. Come on now. You barely even knew what they was even doing. You just thought they was acting goofy. You didn't know that they was trying to bully you. You was just like, they are so fucking goofy. You just chalked it off as low IQ and kept it pushing. You didn't know that they was trying to bully you. That's like your year and a half old stomping their foot at you. You're not going to recoil like that. You're going to be like, if you don't get your little ass on, swat that little diaper and keep it moving. You know, come on. Yeah. That's whenever the head of this group or whatever, the boss, the company, whatever, went and did a full investigation. A full investigation. When I say full, I ain't talking FOOL about them. No. I'm talking to FULL, a full, complete, all around, up, down, side to side, even diagonal, swirly and everything, all of that, a full investigation. And what they found out, baby child, let's sit down and sit back. Sit down, sit back, and sit close to the floor. Confirmation, because what they found out, wrong with you. And they found it about how this person was trying to bring some bullshit. Whew. All because they wanted to rock with the devil. How's that working out for you? Talk about somebody on their knees praying right now. They're singing hymns. They trying to go. They even trying to like see if they can pull up some old African gospel and everything, from back in the day, to see if they can even apologize, and trying to call on your ancestors to apologize to your ancestors, and their ancestors is looking at them like, if you don't sit your stupid ass down, you sit your stupid ass down. Because they know how somebody was acting. They know how somebody was out of line. They know how they knew, and there was nothing, that this person's ancestors is telling them there is nothing that they can do. They can't do nothing. They are powerless to do anything to stop this tower from happening. This is something that has to happen. It's time for them. They are going to have to leave. Hey, J Mike. Hey, K Hyphy, how are you? They have to leave. It's a wrap. They said it don't make a difference how long you've been there. And then this person's ancestors said, and it's also what you invested your time and your energy into. It's like with the nine of cups, trying to mess with somebody else's happiness. What you did, what you put your time and energy into trying to hurt someone else. They're like this, and this was a choice that you made to get other people involved, for everybody to pursue the same thing. How they gonna bring down, how they gonna sit here and try and bully an earth angel. This person's ancestors is like, and you thought that we could come and help you with some shit? That we can stop something? We can't do shit for you. We can't do a damn thing for you. I said, no. Stop it. You sound goofy. Stop it. So we can't do nothing for you. Nothing. Telling you. They said they cannot do nothing for them to help them with this job situation at all. They can't do not a damn thing except to move out the way. They said we can and we will do that because we don't want to get involved with you and your stupid shenanigans. Trying to take somebody else out. Hey, Tyreek. He was like, you know what? Are you trying to mess with one of God's chosen? You trying to mess with one of God's chosen? And then you got other people involved. Made a passionate decision, confirmation to try and trap somebody because somebody felt like they had all the power to get somebody to leave and cause somebody else a hardship. We're just glad you're here, Tyreek. What's the message? Yeah, somebody was trying to cause you conflict. It did not work. It didn't work. Okay, you knew what was going on. You knew how to defend. You knew how to fight. You knew how to defend yourself, and you knew who to go talk to, and tell them about how somebody trying to be a damn fool, how they been acting like a fool for a while now, and how you just tired of it. You tired of the bullshit. You know, you let somebody know either they could take care of it or you got to take care of something. But somebody knew they had to put an end to this celebration, into this celebration, or somebody trying to get you into this type of transition. Yeah, can't make that up. And so that's when somebody had to send somebody else a message about, hey, I understand you trying to get somebody else into this type of transition. They said, you know what, you better be scared. Because you know what? I don't know if I can turn this around for you. You know, it goes against whatever you set your own shit on fire. You know, somebody gonna say, to be honest, I've never ever seen before where somebody did something like this and they was able to bounce back. You know, somebody said, you know, maybe you should start looking for something else. Maybe you should just kind of start looking for something else, because I've never seen a situation like this where somebody has did something like this to this extent, to this magnitude, and was able to bounce back. That way, you know, it doesn't come as such a tower if you have to leave. You know, that's when somebody decides, you know what, maybe they need to look for something else because they feel trapped right now. They feel trapped because they thought that they were stronger than you. You the chosen one. How they ain't even sit there and look at nothing, try and think about nothing. How the fuck they thought they was stronger than you? Like I said, we can see them. They just can't see us. But hey, you know, they made their choice. That was the bed that they wanted to lie in. What's the message? What's the message? Somebody's trying to be like, oh no. Like they're trying to explain, you know, their actions to make it seem like, no, I didn't mean it like that. Like, oh no, it wasn't not intended to be like that. It was intended to encourage and this and that. But somebody said, you know what? We know that you're lying. Stop lying. Stop it. You digging a hole deeper. You digging a hole deeper. There is no excuse. Okay? You know the rule. You know the rule. Someone said, you know the rule. I can't help you. You know this. You know the rule. Somebody said, I feel for you. They said, I feel for you, but they said, I feel for you, but this is something that you did. You decided to jump off that cliff. You know, not only did you jump off the cliff, but you kept going. You kept doing whatever you was doing. And the only time that you stopped was whenever everything came to light. So somebody was like, I'm not gonna do it for you, boo. I know you upset. I know. Mm-mm. What's the message? Listen, we had to pull the records. We had to pull the records. Mm-hmm. We had to pull the records. We got the tower. We got the moon. We got the truth and temperance. Yes, we had to pull the records because what this earth angel was telling us, it made sense. It was they didn't leave nothing out. They said it all. Okay, there was nothing left to. There was no questions that needed to be asked. It was like they was were they reading it? Someone's like, yeah, no, mm-mm. Was they reading it? Because they didn't leave nothing out. And then went back and brought up and then brought, after they talked about it, then they brought about it. Oh, hello, confirmation. And that's when someone said, yes, I see. Mm-hmm. That's whenever they knew that somebody, that earth angel, deserved that position, deserved the stability. This was someone who was bringing was honorable. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and somebody knew that this conflict that somebody decided that they was going to bring to you. There was a decision, and it's like the best decision was the wise decision, and the only decision that they could make with this conflict. And that was I feel like to let somebody go because they didn't want something to come back around and you get some type of maybe legal defense. They didn't want something to come back around. Hey, AJ Craft, how are you? Yeah, because they trust me, they didn't want, because they feared, they knew they would not be able to win. They knew they wouldn't be able to win. They would have to let something go. And that was their fear. Mm-hmm. They knew that you would have this victory because you could prove how somebody was trying to treat you. Whoa. What's the message? Anything else from this deck? Let's get another. Okay. Boy, this deck is popping today. I'm telling you. See, and wait a minute. Yeah, okay. And somebody was trying to like say that you wasn't as good as or as active on the team as or as good of a team player as you could have been, and your participation in this and that and the other, that's what somebody is saying against you to make it seem like you were less than, so that you didn't like that, like you was grumpy and stuff like that. Somebody they and then this person, they know that this person was not telling the truth. They know that this person was not telling the truth. They know it's like they trying to get out of them and their friends out of this little situation, because they know right now things ain't looking good for them. Things ain't looking good at all. They know things ain't looking good because somebody decided to be a fool and do some type of action to try and cause some hardship on you. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Okay. And you are chosen. You are chosen for, like, maybe, okay, maybe this position or something. Mm-hmm. Or you get some stability for, I mean, your role or something like that. You know, especially whenever it's like somebody tried to get you blocked, but you was able to escape somebody's bullying. Mm-hmm. You was able to escape somebody's bullying because your ancestors were sitting there right there telling you about this. Somebody, but they was doing this for a long time. They've been acting like this for a long ass time. Mm-hmm. But that's why you were sent there. That's why you were sent there, to put a stop to this. You was going to be the one to put a stop to this, because they was going to try and put a stop to you, which would in turn stop them. This is what they did not know. But this is what they're now coming to understand. Why? How you were able to defend yourself, and why the Wheel of Fortune has now turned against them, because it was their turn to receive karma. Hey, Miss Pretty Girl Swag. Right. Try to tell her. What's the message, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah. Of course, you was able to balance out any conflict. You was able to balance out any, and these are the lies and shit that they were spreading around about you. You balance all that shit out. you wasn't even worried about that. You got victory over these little people's little immature actions. You wasn't even worried. You wasn't even trying to say, well, and this and that. You wasn't even trying to say that. You was just like, okay, well, this is what's happening. And that's what they saw. This is the emperor, the company. That's what they saw, and that's when they said no. They putting an end to this. Them trying to get somebody off balance. They putting an end to that. Mm-hmm. So somebody had did something, and they told somebody, don't worry about something. Don't even worry about this decision or what somebody was planning on doing. Yeah, somebody was planning on. They told somebody, don't worry about that. They said no, no, no. They said no. Forget that. Don't even worry about that. Ignore that. Ignore what somebody did. That's when somebody said, I need to really check some shit out. Let me check some stuff out. I saw that somebody was trying to get somebody else out of a tough situation. Trying to somebody else is under investigation, but they was trying to, instead of this person have all the spotlight on them, they was trying to throw some spotlight on you, but you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. So it's like, you got your nerve. What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, they got that message. they received a formal message, a formal letter that place that they loved, the thing that they loved to do, their title that was really good money, those services are no longer needed. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your commitment. Thank you for your tenure. We appreciate all the value that you have added. However, it is due to this action that we can no longer afford your employee. Good luck in your future endeavors, and we wish you all the strength in finding your next position as you travel on your journey. And don't let the doorknob hit you with the good Lord split you. I just do that last little part in there. Anything else from this deck? Somebody don't have no defense. They ain't got a pot to piss in. They got no pot to piss in. I'm telling you, somebody can't say nothing. They can't say nothing. You know, this is somebody's receiving financial ruin. You know, they was already hanging on the thread. You know, there's no way that this person ever thought that you was going to get the victory and something that they was trying to do to you. You didn't even know what the fuck they was doing. How the fuck do you win when they was making up the rules? This is what somebody don't understand. How do you win when they was making up the rules? How you come out happy like, oh yeah, I knew they was going to do that. Yeah, okay, well, yeah, been there, done that. Okay, oh, I see what y'all trying to do. Someone's like, I made up the rules. I did this, I did. They didn't even know what the fuck was going on. Why am I the one that got to leave? Yeah, well, that's like you see the bus coming down the street and you still step out in there. Like, at what point did it not click that since the bus is bigger, I know I got on these killer heels and everything. And I know I'm looking cute today. But since the bus is bigger, I shouldn't expect the bus to stop for me. I should probably wait for the bus to pass. But this person is like, nope, I'm looking good. I know I'm looking good. I'm going to step on out there and watch this bus stop for me. She was like, hey, Buck. The bus just kept splattered and kept it moving. It's like, yeah. Bottom of the deck. We're gonna do this one. Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thinking that they gonna stop the bus. You ain't. First of all, we can't even see those shoes because you're too much of a damn snake. The hell? You didn't think that what you put out was getting ready to come back on you? You didn't think that? You didn't think that? And you was going to try and do it against an earth angel. Somebody who wasn't even fucking with you. Somebody who wasn't even thinking about you. Somebody who wasn't even studying you. You trying to fuck around. You trying to fuck around with it. It was like, listen here. Listen, let me tell you something. Listen, I ain't got time for this bullshit. Okay? Number one. Number two, you should have called me about 20, 30 fucking years ago. Okay? Number three, I'm gonna let you know what the fuck is really going on. I just want to be left the fuck alone. I don't give a shit what they do. But I'm gonna let you know what the fuck is going on from here. Somebody saw how fearless you was and how you led with your heart and how much strength you had to say it, to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Back it up, give it the evidence and everything else. That's when somebody knew who you were. That's when they knew that they need to be connected with you, because they could see you was in alignment and you ain't got no problems telling the truth. And you're the one who should receive the good juju. And this is why you said, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with them. I'm tired of fighting with them. But I'm not gonna do it no more. I'm good. They mad at you because they tried to thinking that they was so fine that they should be able to stop the bus. No, common sense says that 14-ton vehicle rolling down the road, doing 45 miles an hour, stopping in front of you. I mean, like 100 yards away. Don't go out in that street. But if you choose to, then you're going to lose too. Okay? See, somebody thought they was going to humble you. No, this is whenever they got humbled. This is when they got humbled. When everything that they put up has now come down. What goes up must come down. Something, something, round and round. You know I don't know the words. Oh, because somebody wanted to fuck around with you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Now somebody's saying they should have just leveled the fuck up and left you the fuck alone and gave you your flowers instead of trying to betray you. Spinning wheel. Yes, thank you, AJ. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Thank you so very much. Good to see you on the live. Yes. See, somebody didn't know that, you know what? You've been through something before. You saw right through something. They wasn't hiding shit from you. You like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Dumbasses. Dumbasses. Now somebody upset. They feeling bad. They want to be in victim mode. They want to be in victim mode because they've been found out. Hey, Beatrice, how are you? How's my Philly? How's my Philly Connect? Yeah, now they want to be in victim mode. Come on. Cause you mad cause you mad cause you feel ashamed because you was found out. Now you embarrassed. That's all it is. They are embarrassed that you even said exactly what was happening. And you told them why that you just wanted to leave. You just wanted to leave. You just wanted to leave. And then that's whenever somebody asked you what's going on. That's when they asked you what's going on, and you said it, what was going on. And you know what? And they could see that you know what? It wasn't you. They could see it was not you. It was somebody else that didn't like the way that you shine. They didn't like you. Their intuition told them that you was telling the truth. Their intuition told them that you was telling the truth. hmm They knew you was telling the truth. What's the message? Yes, and they want you to feel safe and know that you were in good hands and that you are on the right road. There's nothing, you didn't do anything wrong. You have a good future. You're solid. They want you to know that. They want you to feel safe about that. They applaud you. They applaud you for saying something about this whole thing that these people were doing. How they was trying to have this little lustful, group, and how they was living, trying to gather around somebody, like trying to, somebody is in the middle. Oh wait, no, this one. Somebody's in the middle, and then they got the minions around them. Now somebody want to ask for forgiveness whenever they without now. Now they left out in the cold. Now they had to be bye bye. All because they was going to try and mess with somebody who was spiritually connected. It was like their pleasure to try and confirmation. It was like going to be their pleasure to try and mess with somebody who was spiritually connected. They should have recognized who you were when you stepped into the room, when they saw that bright light and colors and shit, and you walking around with a lamb and shit, and grapes and all that other shit, and birds all around your head. They should have knew then something was different about you. Confirmation. They knew something was different about you. But see, they was afraid to look at themselves because they was afraid to see the dark side of themselves. And so they hated that you had already dealt with the dark side, and you was clear, you was beautiful, you look good in any color. Any color. Plants was growing around you, all that shit. You could walk on the cloud and everything. When you walk into the room, everything brighten up, everybody laugh at your jokes, they say jokes, everybody's like, cricket, cricket. Mm-hmm. So really, they desired to be exactly like you. They wanted to be you. They wanted to stand out in the crowd. They wanted to be like, that's that girl. Hey, 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 hey. Oh my gosh. She blew me a kiss. I'm never going to wash again because then I won't wash off the essence of her kiss. But see, somebody didn't want to work on themselves. They was afraid to surrender. They was afraid to start from the bottom and really, really figure out who they were and be their own person. So they worked on trying to copy you, trying to take you down, trying to take you out of the picture because they felt like they couldn't shine as bright as you do. So they was trying to be you. Energy harvester. What's the message? Thank you. Like, come on. I'm telling you, they saw you. They see you for who you are now. They were trying to fuck around with you. I'm telling you, they desired to be you because they felt like, remember that old saying, blondes have more fun? Then everybody started going to bleach blonde until they figured out that shit was like fucking their hair up, and then the brunettes was like, well, it's not necessarily true. And then it was like, the whole Charlie's Angels thing, and all that other bullshit. But anyway, So it's like they desire to be just like you, but their intuition was telling them they would never be you because they didn't have something that you have. Their intuition telling you, and you could see right through them. You could see that they were resisting, surrendering. Meaning, you could tell there was a big ass chicken. That's why you was like, bully. Oh, really? It's weird. No, never saw it. Never felt it. I thought they was slow. I thought they was here on a work program. I was giving them props for that. I didn't know they were trying to bully me, Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, tell them that they need to practice. They need to practice. They need to hone their skills or something. Because I didn't know that's what the thing was. I would have played along with them for a little bit. I play with my grandkids from time to time, but I ain't going to get on the floor and play with them all the time now. I'm still grandma. You see what I'm saying? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. See, somebody wants your forgiveness for trying to take your joy and betraying you. Betraying you. They want your forgiveness for the betrayal. They so ashamed. And they wasn't going to be ashamed until after you said, you know what, fuck this. I'm done with this. Can I move? Can I go somewhere else? I need to be reassigned. I need to do this. I need a different work project. I need this. Put me on a different contract. Put me on the different line. Put me on the something. That's whenever they started, that's when they started feeling the shame. That's why they want the forgiveness now. Come on now. Mm-hmm. They want to be you. Well, you got to do the same damn thing. You got to surrender to find who you are, to grow into worthiness. It ain't just like you wake up one day talking about something. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. It's no chant or nothing like that. It's an inward thing, not somebody listen to listen to affirmations, listen to positive affirmations every day. It's not the positive affirmations, knuckle, head, or head or knuckles, however you want to see it. It's the internal work. It's the surrendering of you being in control to understand that you are not in control. In fact, the reason that you're here right now is because you've been out of control. You ain't Janet Jackson. Let God get this. You need to surrender. I just heard, don't even worry about it. Mm-hmm. Somebody's so afraid of them surrendering because they know that they have a lot to surrender. They have a lot to surrender. They've done a lot. They have done a lot. And now they're finding out that they did it to the wrong one. Well, the right one. Well, the right one, the wrong one, all wrapped up in the same one. That one. Because now everything that they put out is coming back. Because you knew that you was going to say something. You was like, fuck, I ain't going down like that. Fuck that. Mm-mm. You was like, this is what they did. Da, 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 da. Then on the 5th of July, and then on the 6th of September. I'm just making up dates, y'all. But you was like, yes. They're upset. They got a lot to unpack. They got a lot to surrender. I'm telling you. They got a lot to surrender, all these different masks that they put on. And now you done showed people who they really are. They are fake. And your intuition was completely correct. You wasn't even trying to open up something or manifest something or create something. But you know what? You just being you, talking about a whole situation that was going on and how something created. That's what really rocked something or kicked something off. That's what kicked it off, baby. Mm-hmm. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. They came for the right one, the wrong one. You want to start some shit? Let's go. Remember, this is what you wanted. I already been there. Been there, done that. I know how to get down to wear this motherfucking crown. Don't you ever forget that shit. Somebody didn't realize. They thought that they could fight you. They thought that they could fight you. They thought that they could fight you. You the only one carrying a machete. Okay. You ain't even bending down to chop their head off. This chopping block has leveled up to your level. Come up to your level. They got to come up to your level just to put their head on the fucking chopping block. Now, if that ain't no powerful shit, I don't know what it is. They didn't know how connected you was, and you still got your machete. They didn't know who you was. You got the crown. Shit. Hey, Nautilus 100, how are you? It's like, they know now. The truth has come out. They know the truth. Everybody does. And they know that somebody messed themselves up because of what they put in there, what they was doing. And they should have known that they was going to get caught one day. One day they was going to get caught. One day the truth was going to come out. And when the truth came out, they knew they was going to be upset about something that they chose to do, how they chose to do it. And not only that, but who they chose to do it to. That's the kicker part. This person, they're embarrassed because everybody's hearing about, they seeing how this they ruined everything. Everything is burnt to the ground. Everything is burnt to the ground. How they're going to have to build themselves up. You know, everybody's seeing how everything that this person was really doing in the dark, it's out in the light now. Everybody's seeing this person for who they are. They can't hide. They can't hide. I'm telling you, these secrets have been revealed. This person has no other choice except to surrender. Hey, Raven, how are you? Ravenclaw, how are you? I know that's right. Yes. See, it was they used to get pleasure out of this. Not anymore. Now they understand that was their detriment. That was nothing pleasurable. That was detriment. That's like them putting a fork in this electric socket. You know, yes, to your detriment. That's not pleasurable. The secrets have been revealed. And the truth is out about something that was going on in the dark. It's been coming to the light. Whew. Good Lord. People don't amaze me anymore. Sometimes I do. Not often, though. Sometimes I do, but not often. But sometimes I do. Well, like I said, sometimes, when you look at certain people, you like, maybe they're a little slow, only to find out that they thought they was being tough. And you're like, was that what you thought? That's weird. Let's see what this chat got to say. I feel like this person, someone's going to try. They want to send you a message. They want to try and apologize. This malignant, covert, overt asshole. They want to try and apologize. I'm telling you, this don't have to be your family. This could be at work. They collaborated to stop you. Yep. Now you flying free. You ain't worried about this like a hummingbird. They can't get you. You ever try to catch a hummingbird? It's like, good luck. You got to be pretty quick to catch a hummingbird. Shit, them motherfuckers is quicker than flies. You got to be pretty quick to catch a fly while it's flying. I've seen it happen only on the movies. The guy with the chopsticks. This jive turkey is finally admitting that they messed up. They wanted to humble you. They should have humbled themselves. You tried to help this person, but they said no. This could be a fire sign. They was out for your blood. But you know what? You have high honor. They got a reading and the reading was wrong. This is somebody who keeps a list. This is somebody who, y'all used to be cool in the past or something, but they got played by the devil. Now this person is having these financial burdens. Because they want to live on the wild side. They having an aha moment right now. You was following your guides. You was trusting your guides. Yeah, I'm telling you, they want mercy after trying to take you out. You know what I'm saying? Now they want mercy. Go ahead. Get you some mercy. But mercy me. Away from it. You have all the mercy you need. You need some mercy? You need some more mercy? Did you need some more? Did you have enough clout? Did you want some more clout or did you want some more mercy? Mercy is the dessert. Did you want some more clout? Were you still hungry for clout? Oh, okay. You full on clout now. You don't want no more clout, huh? Oh, now you want mercy. Oh, okay. They sure do want mercy. They sure the fuck do, because they understand they got some real emotions welling up. They know their ass is on a 5-year stretch. Karma is put a saddle on their back and pulled them straps tight and got a little riding whip. One that matches the saddle, of course, which matches the riding boots, of course. Hello. And the little cup that we got. Of course. Duh. Sweet spot. Gang sign. Hello. Why would we not? What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? This person knows they are a lost soul, and that's why they are having to be separated. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that Black Widow is done. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Because freedom is in the truth. It was your honor. It was your integrity. It was your maturity. It was your responsible way of speaking. And it was you bringing the truth. You said this shit is over. They played everyone that they got involved in the end. This is to somebody who maybe married her pedophile adult boyfriend or some type of taboo relationship that they in. You know. What's the message? See, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Some shit backfired. You know, because you know what? You sit on God's right-hand side. You wasn't even seeking revenge. You just said, can I go to a different project? Can you put me on a different, contract? Because maybe this brought back horrible childhood memories. Whenever you had a jealous mother. I, J, K, or L in the first, middle, or last name. Yeah. What's the message? Thank you. Yeah. This person has been cheating and doing this type of shit for years now. Okay. This is the type of person that was always like the jealous sister. But you had to let this person know, hey, don't make me show you how ruthless I can be. Don't think it's a game. You have two haters, two or more. Yeah, you have to let them know you're not going to keep trying to drag me down. And they was trying to be a witch and cause some type of messy situation. Now they find themselves stranded on an island alone without a life jacket, a vest, a boat, nothing. Not even a piece of plastic. They can try and finagle some shit out of it. Nothing. What's the message, Spirit? They know that this was the dumbest move ever. Especially whenever they got that message that said you have been released. Okay? And they know they can't do anything because they was a willing participant. Somebody asked them, didn't you see all those red flags? Somebody else is pissed off because they know that they was kind of volunteered to join this group. And they was like, why are you always fucking volunteering me? But stop saying my name. Stop acting like I want to get. And see, by the time they realized who you was, that's whenever they realized you was already a master. You was already a master. And you already know about who you are. You feel comfortable in your skin. Home is where the heart is. You already know about your heart. You feel comfortable and confident in the skin you are in. It's like these people, they hate you because they ain't you. Now somebody is a little nervous. You know, this head warlock, that's the person that's real nervous, and yeah, the devil whispered in my son's ear. It's like they trying to make an excuse. They trying to make an excuse. They trying to have some faith, you know, and they like, you know what? They trying to build themselves up, talking about something. Hey, I can get out of this. Don't I always surprise myself? Ain't I always able to get out of this? I'm always able to finagle out of this. But somebody want to ask them, how did you treat them? How did you treat them? And maybe it's time for you to be moving along. Now this person, they feel like they salty as fuck. They had no idea who the fuck you was. They did not know how strong you was, how brave you was, that you was a head-on warrior. That once you get pissed off, not only can you not stop, but you will not stop. And see, they thought that they was playing with you, but now they realize they ain't about that fucking life. Stop being from 90210 acting like you a gangster. You're not. You're not. Stop living in one of them rich ass mansions in Beverly Hills acting like you're gonna take somebody out. You're not. You're not. Somebody need to be honest with themselves. You know? And the thing about it is you are nothing but peace, love, and light. And they can't blame you for being a little guarded against them. Don't nobody want to be around that bullshit. Take that somewhere else. Go on with that. See, and the people that you trusted lied about you. That's the thing. You trusted this person and they lied about you because they had a secret wish. Well, be careful what you wish for. They wished you to be gone. They wish not to have to deal with you. Now they don't have to worry about it. Okay? Because they got an urgent phone call about this investigation. And now they got to think and look again about how they was treating you. I told you. They hate you because they ain't you. That's why they was giving you this evil eye. Whatever, haters. You was their sacrifice. You know, now they're looking for some compassion. Now they all singing like a canary against each other. They telling it, boy, they telling it. Talk about talking. They telling all of it. What's the message? It's like somebody, they just wanted constant attention. They felt like if they didn't get constant attention, they didn't feel like they was good enough. Well, that's a them problem, not a you problem. Thank you. Yep. Hitman turn on the boss. I told you. They singing like a canary against. They tell it on each other. Everybody's trying to scatter. Everybody is trying to scatter. Okay? They betrayed and stressed themselves the fuck out. Okay? They think you depressed, but you're not. Their own spell took them out. Okay, now they want to spin the block. Now they want to come and apologize and everything. But they created the perfect storm for themselves. Okay? And you stand in your convictions. You tell this motherfucker, not gone with yourself. Mm-mm. No. You are not interested. You don't want to talk. You don't want to work it out. You don't want to hear nothing. Nothing. You just stay over there. Leave me the fuck alone. And I'm going to stay on over here and do what I got to do. They feeling isolated. Because let me tell you something. Baby, your cutoff game is strong. They thought this shit was funny, but they don't think it's funny now. Now you think it's funny. Okay? They thought they was going to do something. Yeah, they are. Now they're trying to disappear. Now their ass is trying to disappear because they understand that you woke folk. You woke folk. Stop it. Get your little ass off that screen. Go play. See, they stressing about when they got to go back to work. What's going to be said. What's the message? They hope you call. They hope you say something or whatever. You know, because they got to get ready for this spiritual street justice too. Damn. It's like they're gonna be getting it from all different types of ways. Okay, they got to do the karma for what they did to you. Then on top of that, when they go out in the street to try and get something else, they got to get bumped and bruised from that. See, they didn't really want this smoke, but they didn't know what they was doing. You know, I told you. They are afraid of you. I ain't make this shit up. They're praying. They are praying. And God told all their ancestors, spirit guides, and their angels and everybody to stand the fuck down. Hey, Rosie. God said, stand down. Yes, because you were in your divinity, your life and spiritual purpose, and they was trying to cut that shit short. That Rosie! Thank you. So you said you back in the USA. Do you still have my number? Call me. I have your information. I'm gonna contact you. Hold on a second, y'all. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah, see, they was trying to shorten your purpose. They was trying to shorten, make it so that you didn't get what your purpose. That's why God said, stand down. No. They get nothing. They get nothing. They're gonna learn today. What's the message? What does that say? They started a war with a spiritual gangster and just didn't know it. They didn't know that you were spiritually tapped in. They started a war with a spiritual gangster. Not a warrior, a gangster. That means, jump in and jump out, okay? This person, they better go hug a tree or hug something. Because they need to apologize. They need that apology to be just as loud as that disrespect was. And he'll know. And it's like, come on now. You got to do better than that. Don't. I don't want to hear you. You know what you say? I'm sorry. Shout that shit. Somebody knows they're going to regret this decision until their last breath. Until their last breath, they're going to regret this decision to do this. They was on the right track, and then they said, "Let me take a sharp left over here," and it ain't never been the same. They thought they was gonna get ahead. No, they 12 steps behind. 12 steps behind. This is the beginning of your new year. You let somebody know, stop blaming me for your own insecurities. This is the beginning of your new year. You get a new contract or negotiation. Yep. And then that person who was giving you the creep vibes, that person has hit rock bottom. Yep. Yes. And you are seen as the empress and they admire you. Yes. Yes, that's why you're about to receive a very encouraging message. Because they are illuminated that you are a star. You're the one that leveled up. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to leave it there. And I just had taken my dog outside this morning so she could drag me around the park like she usually does. She doesn't know how to walk yet. She just likes to drag me. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself together for the day, eat something, talk to Rosie, and then I'll be back. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love you all. And I will see you in a little bit. All right. Thanks, J. Mike. All right. Bye now.